Life is tough, and we humans go through a lot in one lifetime to become who we are, I guess, or, fail miserably and end up nowhere in life. But we always pull through. That's one good thing about humans, right? I guess we always have the power to pull through, okay? No matter what life throws at us, no matter how many curveballs we get, we can always bounce back because we are resilient like that. But let's talk about some men who never get any sort of break from anything bad that ever happens to them. Their life, honestly, doesn't even seem fun, even though it could be fun if you were in that world. But let's just take a look at people who I believe have it the worst sometimes without getting a break. Welcome back to my show, and my name is Lixuejunpei, and today we are talking about white-haired anime man. I had named one white-haired anime man who hasn't had a struggle, and you know what? Don't come at me with that. Oh, but this guy struggled too. Gon went through so much. Naruto went through so much. Yeah, they did. I'm not denying that. But when was the last time you saw a white-haired anime guy catch a break? Usually, their only break is when they die in the show. Let's be for real, okay? Like, if you know a white-haired anime guy, chances are they are gonna die in the show. If it's like one of those shows that kills people, they're always killing the white-haired anime man. I don't even know why. Like, damn, leave me something fun, okay? Just give me a break. But you know what? Let's discuss what's gonna be talked about today. There will be 4 chapters, and for you impatient people, it's everything. All the chapters are like linked down in the description. You can fast forward through there, okay? So we will go through 4 chapters, 3 chapters, sorry. Number 1 will be Toshiro Hitsugaya and Elfman Freeman, and if you hear some whistle, that's my mom cooking dinner in the house. Um, Chapter number 2 will be Shion from number 6, and chapter number 3 will be Kaelix Debonair, our nijisanji Ian's brand new member. So let's start with Bleach and Toshiro, and also Elfman and Fairytail, but I could not find any footage of Elfman and Fairytail, like about the thing I want to talk about, okay? But imagine you are just a normal person living a life one day, okay? In this beautiful magical world, and suddenly you find out you have powers, or people close to you have powers, and your sister, who is older than you, protecting you, trying to help everybody, is exiled into out of the village because apparently the only way to defend the village was to take on a demon's form and get possessed by a demon. This is all about Fairy Tail, okay? We'll talk about Bleach. I'll keep flipping between them. If you haven't seen the show, that's on you. I'm sorry. That's just ADHD, I guess. I don't know. I'm not diagnosed. But anyways, this isn't about Mira. This is about Toshiro and Elfman. So let's talk about them. You have a loving family with you. After everybody abandoned you, there are people who take you in, since you're an orphan, you had to rely on the kindness of strangers, and there are people who actually take you in, kind, loving people with no ulterior motives, and all they want to do is give you a supporting, loving family. And yeah, they are your new family. You move in with them, and you form bonds with everybody in those families. Luckily, you have siblings with you by your side, or luckily, somebody grows close enough to you that they become like a sibling to you. What happened next? You're tricked into killing them. Straight up murking them, stabbing them, throwing them so hard across a cliff that their body crashes on the floor and it dies. That's the story of Toshiro and Elfman. Toshiro, our captain from the 13th Division of Soul Society, was tricked into killing his sister, like older sister, adoptive sister, Momo, last name that escapes me, by one of his old co-workers who also Loki, like, maybe was a mentor. He was a mentor to Momo, that's for sure, okay? Sosuke Aizen. And honestly, I don't know why. Whatever happened, Sosuke always wanted to torture Momo and Toshiro. It wasn't even about let me just hit on Momo, let me just pick on Momo. It was a package deal. It's like he wanted to make sure Toshiro suffered by breaking Momo's heart again and again and making him hair. Like, damn, bro, these are like teenagers compared to you, sir. Like, why the cruelty? What did these kids do to you? That's what I wanted to know all throughout the show. Like, why just them specifically? Like, you know, everybody else was like a test subject, but he had a vendetta against Momo and Toshiro. Like the way he stabbed Momo twice, the way he made everybody, including Toshiro, kill Momo, like in that stabbing scene, okay? But let's talk about Elfman too, because some questions we don't have an answer to, at least not right now while recording. But back to Elfman. He, again, I could not find a footage to show you, but we will take a look at Toshiro killing Momo, okay? But I could not find anything on YouTube to help me prove my point for Elfman. Poor guy, like, damn, nobody loves him that much. Poor guy. I mean, I found some AMVs, but it's an AMV and like, it's chopped up and then like a PowerPoint presentation of an AMV, or was it Google Slides? Who knows at this point? And then some Mexican dub, or Spanish dub, sorry. That was like super chopped up and like so zoomed in that you couldn't even tell what was happening. Like they were zoomed in on somebody's eye. That's how zoomed in it was. Like, what? No. Anyways, so what happens with Elfman? He is trying to help his sister on a commission, trying to save some people from a village. Mirajane is a super strong witch or wizard who can turn into different demons, but on her commission, when she was trying to kill this big ass beast, he was too strong. So Elfman decided to sacrifice himself and absorb the power of the beast to see if it would help. Unfortunately, the beast took control and Elfman lost his mind and went berserk. Lizana tried to remind him, the younger sister, tried to remind him and bring him back to the surface of the beast, but it did not work. And what happened was the beast just stared at her and just flicked her off the fucking road and into the over yonder mountain sky, whatever. Million miles away. I'm not even kidding. Poor girl dies over there. Poor guy is traumatized for life. Oh, and the second time, Elfman and Lozana, I mean, she wasn't really dead. If you haven't seen the show, I won't spoil it, okay? Just know she wasn't dead. Or just don't even listen to this episode. Skip to chapter 2 or chapter 3 if you haven't seen any of the shows, okay? But yeah, Lozana wasn't dead. Magic happens. She comes back. Later on in the show, they're on a mission together. Elfman and Lozana. They go to find this when a retired government member to help him, but surprise, surprise, that's the enemy right there, or one of the enemies. She hypnotizes Elfman and she forces him to strangle Lizana to death. Poor guy had no control over it. And when that didn't work, I mean, actually it did work, because the only way to save Lizana was for Elfman to betray his whole family and blow up their house, or their guild hall in this case. And in Toshiro's case, he almost killed his adoptive grandma because his spiritual energy was like so chilling that she was dying in her sleep. Luckily, there were two bombastic badass women, you know, Rangiku in Bleach and Kana in Fairytail, and they are both very feminine and always like to flaunt their sexuality and everything, which is why Rangiku is my favorite character in Bleach. Is like, how the fuck does she do it? She doesn't look like she's working, but she is working. It's like, I want to have that much free time as she does, even though she's a lieutenant. How does she do that? Magic. Okay, but yeah, Rangiku tells Toshiro that he should train, and Kana actually fights Elfman, traps everybody in the car, tells 3 of the little XDs, which are like cat fairies, to fly everybody out of the guild hall, and that's how she saves 58 to 60 people in like a span of 10 seconds. Main moment. But anyways, that's a lot that they went through. But their story hopefully is better now. I have not kept up with the new arcs. Hopefully the new arcs are, I'm gonna wait for them to finish to binge watch everything and get some money before I can resubscribe to my subscription and watch the show. But anyways, now let's take a look at Sosuke tricking everybody into hurting Momo. So let's get right into it, okay? Give me 1 second, guys. Alrighty, let's take a look. This is a popular opinion or unpopular, but I really like
I feel so honored by you praising me. So to thank you,
He's not quick with
I'm going to
comebacks.
finish you off with this performance! Nigeki Kasatsu.
If you don't know what this is, it's usually like 2 hits, kill. He negates all the damage, Aizen negates all that
A
damage.
Soul Reaper battle involves spirit energy. I can easily overwhelm your silly power by accessing my own spirit energy.
Your form made a shadow on the ice.
It's all over, Aizen.
You really are naive.
What Shinji is doing is changing his perception, so up is down, down is up. There you go, the famous tap scene.
They did it.
They sure did. The captains, they finally did it. We won, so you might try putting a smile on your face. I'm surprised you're able to sit up. Hey, wait. Where exactly are you going, Momo?
How about that?
Geen. Hey, guys.
What the hell are you guys doing? But how?
When did you do it?
My Kyoka Suigetsu's power is complete hypnosis, so I have the ability to alter your perception of what's real.
I'm asking you when you used your Kyoka Suigetsu!
At what time did you think that I wasn't using my Kyoka Suigetsu?
Y'all see, that was so fucking cool. I love that scene, him switching everything up. Ichigo going, what the hell are you doing? I don't get tired of watching that show, y'all. I have seen it so many times and I will see it again. But honestly, right after I'm watching number 6 again. So speaking of number 6, let's get right on to number 6, okay? Hopefully y'all like this scene of Bleach, and hopefully if you haven't seen it, this kind of motivated you. And I know people talk a lot about fillers in Bleach, but honestly, I like those episodes. It's like filler arcs, like 23, 24 episodes long, you know? It's fun, it's refreshing. Kind of breaks from the main story that can get monotonous or boring, I guess. But yeah, let's take a look at, I guess we won't be taking a look because I don't really know what to show you, but let's check out Shion from number 6. Was I saying Shiro? I'm sorry, it's just a habit, okay? So Shion, where do we start? His life was so great when he had black hair, but like 2 or 3 days before he got his white hair, things started crumbling down. That's why he ended up with white hair in the first place. Okay, so Shion was an ordinary child in a futuristic post-apocalyptic world that was trying to rebuild again, and that world was divided into 6 different countries or sectors, or I guess cities, as they say in the show, each going by different numbers. So number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, those were the cities' names. Number 6 is a place that is authoritarian, dystopian, kind of like a not Korea, that's the closest I can tell you how to worship the government, stay on the right track, everybody's tracking and everything. But Shion, our protagonist, was gifted enough to be in the gifted program at school, or like a different special school of the gifted program. Now again, I have seen this show a few times, but it's been a while since I saw this last, okay? So bear in mind my memory is not really good, as you guys know. I can't even stay on topic. So this is Shion. Look at his beautiful smile. What happens when he's younger is that it's a beautiful stormy night. He is 12 years old in middle school-ish, and he decides to go have fun in the storm, and he just opens the doors or windows and yells really loud with the storm, like, wow. I won't do it, I don't want to pierce anybody's eardrums. But yeah, that's what he does, okay? Meanwhile, on the other side of our second protagonist, Rat, that's his name. His name is Nezuki or something, I forget, but everybody called him Rat, okay? He called himself Rat. he is escaping from a prison. Keep in mind, he is also 12 fucking years old. He was a fucking child, okay? Poor rat. So he escapes prison. He's on the run. Luckily, though, he spots Shion's open window or open balcony. He was rich. Did I tell you all that? And he sneaks into the house. Now, since number 6 is a dystopian ass place, Shion decides to, you know, help Rat because, again, he's a 12-year-old child, both of them. But yeah, back to the point of number 6 when dystopian, they put out an APB, or like, I guess, citywide dispatch of wanted criminal on the escape. Everybody has to report on their watch where they've seen yes or no. Yeah, they had a tracking watch on them too, okay? But yeah, microchips and everything coming in 2026. Conspiracy theory. But yeah, so far so good, right? Shion says, or rather lies, that he has not seen Rat, but later they find out that he had seen Rat. The government does find out he has seen Rat, so he gets, whatchamacallit, exiled to, he gets kicked out of his gifted class. His mom loses the richest house. They find a nice modest house though, where she can open a bakery, and later on I mean, that's a future jump, okay? After all that, Shion works as a security guard at some park. At that park, he stumbles upon a dead, weird corpse. After some autopsy, his co-worker, who is also like, whatchamacallit, again, his co-worker, so they work at a park security together. They're not cops, they're not detectives. They find out that the body they found was of a 28-year-old man, if I remember correctly. But the body had aged out and some sort of bee came out of it, okay? Now that aging weird body nutrition eating bee got into Shion somehow and burrowed itself into his body. Shion was dying and he was aging rapidly, and that's why his hair turned white like you see on the screen, okay? But luckily Rat saves him, okay? Good stuff happens to him too. Not a lot, but you know, enough to keep me interested in the show. Also, he's such a sweet kid, okay? He has the same voice actor as Nagisa from Free in the English dub. But yeah, that's how Shion gets his white hair. And oh yeah, also, just because he came across that dead body and he is surviving and his coworker is dead, the cops trying to take him away and arrest him, just throw him away, okay? Make sure nobody else knows what happens. But Rat is who saves him, and together they escape the city. Now Shion has to like live outside the city, away from his mom, the only family he has, separated. And keep in mind, they had a great relationship, okay? That they had to be like separated. Luckily though, they were like communicating with those little rats you see on the screen. They're like robot rats and everything. They send notes to each other and everything. It was so cute. But Shion doesn't have his like happy moments. He also has his hardships, like, you know, taking down the city, making sure Rat, who wants to kill everybody in the city, kind of doesn't do it. Trying to break the city wall to divide, to remove the separation or remove the division. Because again, the city was so bad, right? Everybody inside the city walls was considered good, and outside the city walls was an exile. And the city used to just send like people to like remote sweep them up, like as if they were dirt on the ground, and just throw them in some prison and shit. Like, so fucking vile. It was such a disgusting shit. But I still love this show. I don't know, I feel like dystopian shows where the characters actually interact with each other harmoniously, that kind of like gets me. It's just my favorite genre, I guess. You have number 6, you have Akame ga Kill, you have Banana Fish. Those are the 3 I can think of at the top of my head. Although Banana Fish, I love it. I have not been able to see it a second time. I'm not ready for it. Last time I cried was when I paused that show in 2019, and I don't think I'm ready again. But Shion. Fubokai even dies in the show. Luckily though, his friend who was sacrificed to some machine to become a god brings him back to life. And together, him and Rat kind of destroy the city border, okay? And keep in mind, all throughout the show, it's been insinuated that, actually not only insinuated, like they actually have two kissing scenes together, right? Shion kisses Rat goodbye on a suicide mission, then Rat and Shion kiss at the end of the show. But for some reason, they're not together. Like, Rat just walks away. Like, what was that? Like, is he going away or is he like going to work? I don't know. Maybe I have to read the manga to see what happens. But that's my little rant about Shion, okay? Oh, and there we go. Right as I finished, we get an ad. And the video finishes too. What a coincidence. I did not plan it, honestly. But anyways, last and pretty sure everybody's favorite, Kaelix Debonair. I still don't know how to say his name, I'm sorry. But you know what, guys? I know all I post about is Ren, and it's not that I'm cheating on him. It's just, it's a whitehead anime boy. Come on. How can you say no to this, okay? It's my kryptonite. It's my weakness. It's my, let's just say, Omega in the heat moment. But okay, let me put you in a scenario. Let me put you, just close your eyes and picture this, okay? You save up enough money and your friends also save up enough money, so you and your friends can finally go on that dream vacation you've been talking about, whether it's cruise, whether it's Six Flags, whether it's Barcelona or Japan. You finally have enough money to go, and maybe it's a week, maybe it's a month, okay? You get there, you are all so excited, everything is going so well, okay? But, you know, I bring up Kaelix last because this is the most relatable shit, okay? But back to our scenario. But as soon as you land, you're sick. You're not just like sick like, oh, I don't want to eat. You're like sick as in, I have a fever, ooh, I need to be quarantined. It wasn't the C word or CORONA. I don't think I can say it because I don't think any other YouTubers say it either yet. So, but it wasn't that. But you know, you're still so sick that you can't move. Everything hurts. You just want to stay in your bed. On your dream vacation, I would be so mad. I would force myself to get out of the hotel room. Oh my god, all this money, all this time working, all the hard work, all for you to end up sick at your dream vacation? What? How is that fair? How is that fair? I would be so mad with God. I would be so mad with the devil. Whoever is in charge of controlling me, I'm picking a fight with them. I'm fighting my own self, my own body. I am dragging myself out of that hotel room if I need to. Whether I end up dead on the street, I don't care. I am going to enjoy Japan if I go to Japan. But this is exactly what happened to, that was my phone falling. What happened to Kaelix when he went to Japan? Isn't that fucking disappointing and sad? Let's hear his story, okay?
How do you feel about your genmates, the other members of Nijisanji 11th Wave, Nijisanji EN 11th Wave, by the beat? I love every single one of them very, very much. And you know what? I love them all so much, I'm going to tell you a little bit about every single...
Okay, real pause, because doesn't his voice sound so nice?
...single one of them individually. Something I really, really love about Seible is that he has a very enterprising mind. You know, he's a very individual thinker. He's got a lot of big ideas and plans for how to make those ideas happen. Honestly, he's going to be a monster. You're not ready for Seible. He's very, very clever. He's very, very inventive, very creative, and I really, really admire that about him. I also love how compassionate he is. This is a really big one for me. I think Rio mentioned during his debut that we actually did, in fact, go to Japan together before debut. We spent a week in Japan. Tragically, I...
Also, pause again. I mean, if you're watching VTubers, what are the chances you don't want to go to Japan, right? Like, it's like... If you know anime, you want to go to Japan. That's just how things work. You don't control it. It's just the law of the universe, okay? That's why I was like so upset. And hopefully this never happens to me, because if that happens, I am killing everybody around me. My friends are gonna stay in the room if I have to suffer, okay? I am gonna lock them up, handcuffs, you know, chains, everything. Maybe BDSM, who knows? But yeah.
Fell ill day one. I got sick and I spent half of the trip, more than half of the trip, quarantined in a hotel room. I couldn't do anything. I was stuck in my room. It was so sad. It was the most tragic timing ever. Seible had prepared like this care package of food and drinks and something that really stuck with me. He went out of his way to get me a box of Darjeeling tea and a container of honey. And the reason that stuck with me is because months prior, when we were in training, just getting to know each other, I told him that when I'm sick, I really like to drink tea with honey and that it makes me feel better just because that's what my mom would give me when I was little. and he remembered that, and that just really stuck with me. He's very, very sweet. And even after that, the whole trip, he was very dedicated to like checking on me and making sure I was okay, and he would give me updates on what they did that day so I didn't feel left out. He's such a sweetheart. I love Sable. He's so good.
Now, isn't that sweet? Isn't that adorable? Poor guy. I feel so bad for him, but you know what? Next question. How many of you think you're friends like Sable? How many of you think that you are the Sable of your friend group? I don't think I am it. But I also don't think I wouldn't do that. I don't know. I feel like if somebody I go on a vacation with is sick, right? I feel like I would want to stay with them. But I feel like if they want me to go out, I would. But I feel like maybe I would like FaceTime them, right? Or like, what do you call? But it's more like if they can't move, if they're injured, not if they're sick and like they're constantly sleeping. Then I don't know. I feel like I would be like, I don't want to disturb them, so I won't like, go into their room at all. I don't know. I really don't know. Are you like a friend like Sable? Because I feel like all of us need a friend like Sable, but this is all I have for you. Why I was gone the past 11-12 days. Honestly, it's like hypersomnia caught me. I was so sleepy. I took like 3 naps yesterday. Although day before yesterday I stayed out 24 hours. I'm not sure. My body is just so fucking weird and different in that manner. I feel like if something is wrong, I can just open the window and let the air in and everything's fine again. That's like how it is. I don't know. But yeah, it just, I was so sleepy that I couldn't do anything. Like, maybe if I ate, right, I would stay up 30 minutes, but I would like sit on a chair and be falling asleep on the chair. And it was just so tiring. I have no idea why. We'll find out one day, who knows? Maybe that's just how God built me and I should be happy about it. But thank you for coming, thank you for listening, and thank you for being here. And yeah, just support our white-haired anime man. I don't know what else to tell you, honestly. And this is where I will leave it off for y'all. Okay, bye bye, good night.